telescope is an extension of its owner that allows us to peer into the universe to see nature on the grandest scale, with wonders that boggle the imagination. Okay, this is a Galaxy log for July 2023, and it's subtitled The Replacements. Okay, for this Galaxy log, I usually do 3 or more galaxies, but sky conditions again, as far as how many clear nights we had here in July, and July is usually not that good. If you can get out, here in the Northeast, um, if you can get out at least one night, that's good for July because you usually have the hazy hots and sky transparency is not very good. So this night that I observed this galaxy, the moon was setting there a little after 11 o'clock at night, and sky was supposed to be clear all night, but it didn't turn out that way. Early on, it was really good. The seeing was really good. The transparency was pretty decent. But yeah, we had some clouding issues as the night went on. It was on and off and so on. So I really didn't get really any other really great views of the galaxies, of any other galaxies, but this one I did. And this is where NGC 5678 is located. Fairly easy star hop. It's a close-up view in the Stellarium web of where the galaxy is located. And here's the near view image. The date is 7/23/2023. The particulars for this galaxy, it's a fairly bright galaxy, 11.3 magnitude. Surface brightness is 12.7, so it's a high surface brightness. Has a decent size. Here's its type and its distance. The scope was an 8.2-inch f3.9 Dob. Eyepiece is a 5 millimeter, gave me 162 magnification. Sky conditions, I have good/fair. Started off really good. I observed this galaxy almost right away, as the moon was setting, and it was in a good part of the sky. This is a good part of the sky at this dark site. And seeing, like I said, the seeing conditions and the transparency. Transparency was good. The seeing conditions were excellent at this time, and for most of the night, even though we were dodging. Myself and my observing friends were dodging clouds. The scene was really, really good. So here in the near view image, the galaxy showed me a fairly bright inner region, a faint stellar nucleus, very oblong shape to it. And one thing I noticed right away was south of the nucleus was definitely stood out much brighter, more compact, where north, it was much fainter and really had to see some good extension. I needed averted vision. And you can kind of see that on the survey image of the galaxy, where the south part of the from the nucleus is much more compact and brighter, where the northern part, it extends well. You see this loop of this arm here, but it's much fainter. It's not as compact. So that's what I was seeing. I'm very interested going back to this galaxy and with one of the larger scopes and seeing how much more detail I could pick up, and from a darker site and on a better night as far as especially transparency. But it still was a really good view. This galaxy on a really good night can be seen in smaller telescopes. Even if I had my 4-inch refractor, I don't think there'd be any problem seeing this galaxy. So it's a good galaxy to go for. It's another great galaxy and a great constellation of Draco. As the summary, the dark site is about a 30-minute drive for me. high elevation. It's good elevation, 1,350 foot elevation. It's rated as a Bortle 4 site. Here's the Google Earth at night, what it looks like. You can see it's pretty dark in this area. That elevation, it definitely helps baffle some of the lighting coming from distant sources. Here's the telescope. It's my Bresser 8.2-inch f3.9 Dob, which I really like a lot. Great optics on this telescope. It's a nice compact system, easy to transport, easy to set up. You can see me here sitting and observing with this telescope. So it's a really fun telescope to use and has some really nice optics in it. For the eyepiece was a Celestron Excel LX 5mm. Now, I also want to talk about the replacements. Here are two scopes that I sold in recent years. The APM 8-inch f9 refractor first, and then just a couple of years ago, the Astro Systems 22-inch f4.5. And both scopes were terrific. I used them for Galaxy log and past Galaxy logs, and really did a great job. But I felt it was time for both of them to go into somebody else's hands. The refractor, it was a lot to set up. It's a lot. You have this huge CG mount with a pier extension. The tube assembly is very big, and it just was time. Even though I had many great years of using this telescope. And then also with the Astro Systems 22, the f4.5 Dob, with a Swayze mirror in it, Steve Swayze mirror. Really a great telescope. Really went deep with this thing. But here again, it's bulk, and having to go up and down a ladder all night, I was getting tired of doing that. So I had to get some replacements here for both of these telescopes. So first was for the 8-inch refractor. I replaced that in my lineup with the Orion Optics UK 12-inch f4 Dob, which I really like a lot. As you might have heard from previous Galaxy logs that I've used this telescope. Tremendous optics in this telescope. It's still, even though I consider the baby of the big Dobs when you get into that 12-inch range, it's still easy to set up. You can see I have my observing chair. I can sit and observe. So it's much easier to set up and to observe with than it was with the 8-inch refractor. I do miss those big refractor views, but this telescope has superior optical quality, and I have not been disappointed. Then on the right is the replacement for the 22, which should be coming soon as this video is being made. And it's a Renegade 20-inch f3.3. And here's Gordon Waite right here with the scope set up. It's going to have the digital setting circles. It'll have finder scope with it, and so on, which I'm very anxious to use. And as you can see, Gordon and I are about the same height, so I'll be able to basically keep my feet on the ground to observe with this telescope. It's a much more compact system. Yes, I'm giving up 2 inches, but still a 20-inch is there's a lot of telescope and should be giving me some really great views to come. And I decided the first light for the telescope will be NGC 6503 and Draco at 10.2 magnitude. This is a favorite galaxy of mine this time of year. it's also, I also have here a picture of an old Teleview Negler 11 millimeter Type 1. Kind of a rare eyepiece, and I have one, and I really like it a lot. And I will be using that for the official first view of this Galaxy. Um, so real excited about that. Um, can't wait. Um, and I'm sure the scope will give me many great years of observing with, and of course, doing Galaxy log. And one of the other tests I want to do with this scope um, will be another pair that gave me some. I had a great view with the 22 number of years ago. Is ARP 81, which is NGC 6621 and 6622 in Draco. And 6621 is the larger Galaxy, and 6622 is the smaller Galaxy. Um, they go for 13.6 to like 15th magnitude. Uh, so I can't wait to put the 20 on this on a really good night at a really good dark site, and see what this new scope can do. So that's it for this Galaxy log. Clear dark skies and happy galaxy observing.